What's up, guys? Welcome out. Happy Monday. I'm such a huge fan. Can we just say TGIM? Thank goodness it's Monday. And we are really excited, super humbled that all of you are taking time away from your business, from your family to be here with us. And we're grateful for all of our beautiful ambassadors. Some of you got invited onto today's training by them. So listen, I just want to give you a huge shout out for being here, because know that most people do not take the necessary time and disciplined, right, to invest into their skill set, to recharge their battery, to progress in the way that they're building their business. So the three of us are really psyched. We never take it for granted. And so no, this webinar is going to rock. I am telling you right now. So today we are teaching our 4-part daily plan to build your network marketing business in just 60 minutes a day. Now, to be clear, if you want to create a mega income, right, you're going to want to work way more than 60 minutes a day. But we structured this training in such a way that if you're building this business part-time, or you have an organization, right, then you have brand new people that are getting started, and you go, man, what could be that DMO that I could duplicate to help my new people create success? This is it. Because in network marketing, it's not about what works, it's about what duplicates.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the big thing that we figured out is that it's overwhelming. How many of us hop into the questions box if you feel overwhelmed by what to post, where to find people, what to say to people, what to focus on every day? And I think a lot of us are probably going to be spending more time at home with everything that's going on in the world. So it's really ideal to get dialed in on what's most important so that you can eliminate distractions and create a daily method of operation so you can focus on those money-making activities, moving your business forward so you can bring in more leads, so you can convert those leads, you can onboard new people and really create the success you deserve and have that focused time and effort. You know, we used to do power hours back in the day where people couldn't even come to the power hour unless they had a list of 50 people to call. You had to call 50 people. You had to have a list to come to the power hour. And would we all agree in today's day and age, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to have that focused time. But what do you do with that time, right? How can you build from home online the right way? So we're going to help you with that today. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. And you guys, so here's what we're going to dive in, and here's what you're going to learn. So we have a little bit of an agenda. We like to stay focused for you guys. We know that your time is extremely valuable. We want you to make the most out of it. So we want to completely over deliver and give you guys actionable items to totally go out and crush it in your business. So here's what we're going to go over. We're going to teach you, and you're going to learn how to eliminate distractions and create a daily action plan that works. You're going to get our 4-part daily checklist to keep you and your team focused on real profit producing activities. You're going to be able to steal our social media posting map that brings in new leads before you know it. And I was putting this training together and these slide decks together, and Nadia got me a bunch of her examples of posts on social media that work really well that we teach our team. You are not going to want to miss those. Those are super juicy, and we'll give you such great ideas on what to post to create buzz and business for you on social media. You're also going to master our 553 daily method to keep your list full of good hot prospects so you never run out of business opportunities. It's a question we get asked all the time. Tanya, John, Nadia, we ran out of people to talk to. What do we do now? So you're not only going to be able to be equipped for yourself on this, but most importantly, to be able to teach your team as well, which is really important. And then you're going to find out how to turn social media likes and comments into profitable business conversations. And we've got some really good scripts that we're going to share with you, and it's going to be really great and actionable. So hopefully you've eliminated all distractions. You're ready to take screenshots and notes, because we really want you to invest time here in learning, but the learning isn't where it stops. You got to go out and implement. So we want to give you stuff that you can implement immediately after this training. And then we have a really, really big, huge, awesome announcement for you guys at the end as well. we like to give gifts away for investing your time. Obviously, your time's valuable. So we're going to talk a little bit about this in the training today. So we thought if we're talking about it, why don't we equip you with it so you can really put it into action fast. And one of the things that I use in my business is a tracker. So you gotta track everything that you do. Otherwise, if you don't track, you don't know where you need help or where you're crushing it or really where your numbers are going. And if you don't know where you're going, you're bound to end up somewhere else. So we're going to give you this tracker that we had nicely designed for you so you can take it and implement it into some of the training that we're going to give you today. And this is a $97 value. So once you stick around to the end, we're going to give you a link on where you can go and get this, and you can print it out and you can start using it with you and your team. So Nadya, let's kick this thing off. I love this.
I love it.
I want
Thank
those
you, Tanya. You make me laugh. You know what they say, this is so true, that funny equals money. And also, you guys, momentum begins from the bottom up. And I love it, right? Whether it is in fitness, whether it is in your business, if you can create that Kindle on the bottom of your team, right? And then it burns, burns, burns. And then next thing you know, everybody's on fire. Well, here's the deal. We're going to give you the strategies. We're going to give you the mindset. I promise you, you're going to walk away equipped. You're going to be fired up. But at the same time, we do need to keep in mind that nothing great is going to happen until you get excited. And have you met those people that go, dude, I am excited? And you want to say to them, please tell your face, alert the elders, right? So get excited.
And hold on one second.
Fired up. Yeah.
Can you all let us know in the questions box if you can
Okay.
hear us? Because there's several people that are saying no sound, can't hear. I just want to make sure that that's not everyone. And maybe that's okay. Lakeisha says, I can hear. Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Fantastic. So sorry to cut you off, baby. I just wanted to make sure. So everyone else can hear.
Baby.
A couple people can't.
Okay.
So maybe they got to turn on their volume. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're excited because, we've been in the industry now 18 years. And actually, I pointed this out on the last webinar that I actually got started in network marketing. I came to an MLM meeting, my very first one, 9 days after 9/11, 18 years ago, which is kind of crazy. And then we went full time in 2008 when the economy crashed, the market crashed, the real estate market crashed, everything went belly up. And we were mortgage bankers and real estate investors back then. So we've been through tough times, but man, I can tell you, the beauty in network marketing and building a business, helping other people, especially with what we're going to talk about today and building online, there's just nothing better. And I've seen it all. We tried most of it. And, I just think it's so huge that you can build a business leveraging social media today, because I'm sure we would agree. A lot of people are going to want to work from home. A lot of people need to learn how to leverage social media the right way. And I am curious, in the questions box, let us know, have you been building your business on social media, or have you been doing mostly offline, belly to belly? Let us know. But I can tell you, our team, just over the last 3 years, this is pretty crazy. Our team sold over $100 million in product in the last 3 years. 300,000 plus new customers. And by the way, customers are customers. I'm not talking about social marketers, distributors. I know a lot of you are in different companies, and the bottom line is this is just customers. This is crazy. Now, of course, we've also had thousands of people join our team over the last 3 years, but that 300,000 in new customers blew my mind when we sat down and tracked the numbers and looked at what we've created, leveraging social media using duplicatable strategies. And it says here we're top 100 income earners in all of network marketing, which is true. But here's what that tells you. We have a top 100 team, a producing team. Our team is amazing. And I know a lot of you, you love your team and you want your team to win. So if you could use these strategies to show them how to use an hour a day, show them how to build their business around a busy schedule, around their busy life, I'm sure you would agree that if they could get better results, so could you. So it's just exciting to know what we have in store for you today in this training. And then you have Tanya Aliza, who's built multiple seven-figure business, a multiple seven-figure brand, one of the top individuals that I've ever met in the network marketing space. when it comes to teaching online strategies. And I know a lot of you know Tanya. Drop into the questions box. Let us know how long you've been following Tanya. You know, she's become such a good friend of ours, and we're just excited to share this training with her and with all of you today.
Yeah, and you guys, I don't do a lot of webinars or trainings with many people, because there's not many people out there that walk the walk like the Meltons do, you guys. I think it's important to know, I love talking about you guys so much, but I think it's important to know that when you're investing in training with time or money, it doesn't matter. You've got to know who you're learning from. And the Meltons are some people that I definitely love plugging my people into, but I also love learning from them myself, because we are still in the network marketing profession, and we're training inside of the network marketing profession. And there are, a few leaders here and there that do that, but it's important to learn from people that are still doing the doing. Because there's different things thrown at us all the time, and we need to stay sharp on all of those things. Network marketing, when I first got started, is not the same as it is today, and it's important to know what's working today. So I'm excited for you guys to learn from us, because we're in the trenches every single day, just like you, building our businesses and seeing where people struggle and then figuring out solutions for those struggles. And some of these things we've also struggled with, and we've had to come up with solutions for. So if we're meeting each other for the very first time, it's so nice to meet you. Before network marketing, I was a finance specialist, and I worked 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. That was what my draw to network marketing was. And that's why I was excited about learning how to build a network marketing business, because I was like, I like making a lot of money, but I don't like working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for somebody else's dream. So that was my attraction to network marketing. And I've been in the profession, like John said, since 2009. So just had my decade anniversary, which was kind of cool last year. And now, over the years, yeah, it's a lot. That makes me seem old, but but the fun thing is once you can kind of figure it out, you can really help other people. So over the years, now I've built a brand around helping other entrepreneurs and other network marketers how to build businesses to match their desired lifestyle. Because that was something I wanted to do, went out and figured out how to do it, and now I get to teach it because I've pretty much done it. Like John said, I do have a multi-7-figure brand and business now, which is really weird and cool at the same time to say. But here is one of my favorite fun facts. If you really want to know about me, I hate socks, okay? Very rarely will you ever see me wearing socks. I am a flip-flops kind of girl. And if you ever have a conversation with my mom, she'll tell you some really funny stories about me as a kid in socks. So fun fact. But you guys, I'm so pumped to dive in. The struggle before we had this plan. So we're going to dive in and give you guys a really cool plan that you can implement in 60 minutes a day and teach this to your team. And it's going to create a profit producing plan for yourself and for your business. But here are some of the things that happened. And I don't know, John, do you want to go over these things before we had the plan that we experienced and our team experienced?
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked about this because I know this hits home for a lot of you, feeling busy all day, but you're not getting results. How many of us can relate to this? A whole day goes by, multiple hours goes by, and you're like, what did I accomplish? I didn't ATM anyone. I didn't expose anyone in my business. I didn't follow up with anyone. You're spinning your wheels because you don't know what to do. You're not keeping track of those money-making activities. You're all over the place. Maybe you feel like an imposter, right? You're selling the dream. You're trying to promote this amazing opportunity and the potential, but you don't feel like you know what to do if you were to enroll a new distributor, right? You're exhausted, no time to build a solid business. You're pulled in a million different directions, confused and overwhelmed. And be very careful, by the way, if you are new, because I saw a lot of you do build belly to belly. You don't use online strategies all that often. Be careful, because even though these strategies that, we've done the offline thing. We did the offline thing for many years. We did PBRs every night, weekly meetings, super Saturdays. We rented the hotels, drove the miles, did the stuff. And I can tell you what we do now is way more duplicatable and, quite frankly, more attractive to the majority of people we come across. Most people would rather build an online business and become a top producer and have success from home and have no borders or boundaries, not just having to build in their own backyard. Does that make sense? They want to build in all 50 states and every country that their company does business in. They love the idea of working their business, from home and online, but don't expect to understand everything the first time you hear it. Some of this stuff might make perfect sense. Some of it might seem a little uncomfortable, but there's a quote that I heard recently and I absolutely love it from Brene Brown. She said, choose courage over comfort.
Amen.
So some of this stuff you might not be confident in doing, but you don't have to be confident. You have to be courageous. You have to take chances. You have to trust us because we've done the old school, the new school, the online, the offline, and we're going to tell you today what is working best right now. In fact, I want to give you a couple examples. We've got Brenda and Amanda Forbes here, and they said,
Brenda.
I said Brandon.
I heard Brenda.
No,
sorry.
Brandon and Amanda Forbes. As someone who, maybe I said Brenda, I'm pretty sure I said Brandon. Brandon and Amanda Forbes here, they said, as someone who has had a lot of previous success in the profession, but never built online, the Meltons' simple business activity tracker has helped me not only become better at social media content and interaction, it's also helped a ton with generating interested leads, online prospecting, recruiting, and focusing on key activities that will actually move our business forward. Jen Cooper says, hands down the best, most current proven practices available in the profession. The success strategies and tools shared in my Lifestyle Academy literally doubled my business in 10 months, taking our team to a top rank. So simple, all online based and completely duplicatable. And this is what it's all about, right? It's about duplication. How many of us are freedom motivated? Drop freedom in the questions box if that's why you're in the profession. Look, making money, there's a lot of ways to make money. But I love what Gary Vaynerchuk says. He says, it's not how much money you make, it's how you make your money that counts. And I could not agree more. I think what you'll find in today's broadcast that'll really help you immensely in getting focused on what to do every single day.
Are you ready and excited?
Yeah, let's go.
I know. I love doing daytime webinars. Before we got on today, you guys, I said we should always do daytime training because I have so much energy in the day. So I'm really excited, you guys. I want to ask you a question. What is your goal? Why are you building your business? I want you to drop it in the questions box. John's going to read out some of them. And we already said freedom motivated, but what does freedom mean to you? What could you do? Why are you building your business? Like I said before, if you don't know where you're going, you're bound to end up somewhere else. And you really have to know what it is that you are working towards. And then you got to ask yourself, are you really serious about accomplishing that? Because we see people all the time, they come in and they say, I want this, I want that, I want to do this, I want to retire my spouse, what are some of the people saying, John? And then what are their actions are not in line with what it is that they want. And I trust that you guys are here today investing in your knowledge because you are serious about accomplishing the goal that you have. So we're going to kind of hold you accountable to that as best we can, but you ultimately at the end of the day got to hold yourself accountable because we're all adults here, right? What are some people sharing as their goals, John?
Well, I love it because we hear a lot of the same things over and over again in the profession, right? People want to pay off their debt, more flexibility of their time, retirement, number one, family. We want to raise our kids and not have someone else do it. Time with family, retire at 50, debt free, servitude, to have 9 children. Whoa, Catherine, I like it. Big goals. Okay. You might need a 7 or 8 figure income for all those children, right? Live life on your own terms. I love that. My family wants to live a life without limits. So excited to live a healthy lifestyle, debt free, influence the world, shape people's mindsets, fund college for my kids, retired myself, duplication, debt-free would be awesome, grow my team. I mean, this is crazy. And it's again, a lot of the same things repeated over and over again. And you got to ask yourself, what does freedom look like for you, right? What is your goal? What kind of income do you need? What kind of business do you need to create? And that's what we want to help you with today and here in the near future. We've got a big announcement with something really special happening here in a couple weeks. So like Tanya said, stay until the end. We got a special giveaway, a special announcement, and we'll even do our best to answer all of the questions that come in at the end of the broadcast, because we want you to get a ton of value out of today's webinar.
Yeah, one of the things that I would do, maybe make this note if you guys are taking a note, I did this back in 2011 that really helped me, is I sat down with my journal and I took about 30 to 60 minutes and I wrote down in a few paragraphs what my perfect day looked like. And I put all 5 senses to that activity. So from the moment I opened my eyes and I woke up out of bed, what did I see? What did I smell? What did I taste? What did I do? And I jotted out what my perfect day would look like. And now when I operate in life and in business, if it doesn't align with that perfect day, I don't do it. If it does, I do it. So it's really helped me to align with that perfect day. And since 2011, I mean, it's 2020 right now, I live pretty much that perfect day because I had the vision for it first though, you guys. So something that I would do if you guys have time, very powerful, very, very powerful for your life and for your business. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we have to learn how to do if we're going to carve out that 60 minutes and make sure that we're focusing on pure profit producing activities or MMAs, money making activities, you've got to learn how to eliminate distractions and get focused. I never learned how to do this until 2014, and my business suffered pretty much until 2014. And then I started to have some massive results that happened because I got really focused on eliminating distractions. So I want you to ask yourself and write this down and commit to it. Where can you find 60 minutes a day? What does your schedule look like right now based on everything you legitimately have going on? And where can you carve out 60 minutes a day? Is it waking up maybe an hour earlier in the morning? Maybe it's your lunch break. Remember you guys, I said I built my business on the side when I was working as a finance specialist. I was working 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Where the heck did I have 60 minutes a day? For me, it was my lunch breaks. So I would take lunch an hour later than everybody else. I would go up to the conference room where people would eat their lunch. I would take it an hour later so no one was in there, and I could pull open my journal and I could make phone calls. And those phone calls were getting people interested, booking an appointment with them, and showing them my presentation, and then following up. So for me, I had to really squeeze it in. I had to get really I had to get distraction free. And so where is it for you guys? So write that down, and then you got to commit to that, right? Because otherwise it's not going to happen. And then you got to communicate with the people around you. And I have a little thing that I call put a sock on the door. So for me, back then, I mean, I didn't literally put a sock on the door in the conference room because that would have been weird, right? I mean, what's going on around here? Plus, I don't like socks, all right? But you put a sock on the door. So tell your family what it is that you're working on and where your pockets of time where you're going to be completely 100% focused. Whoever's around you, it might be roommates, it might be family, it might be in-laws or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but let the people know around you, these are my focused moments. I need your help to keep them distraction free and to help me stay committed to being focused in this pocket of time, because here's what I'm working towards for me and the family. Okay, so you got to communicate with the people around you so that you can create your little support group and have them help you to stay distraction free. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Then you got to turn up distractions and get in the zone. So for me, a distraction is let's say Instagram stories. Anybody else addicted to Instagram stories and like realize 25 hours later, you're like, where did the time go? And I'm just watching these stories and they keep rolling, right? But that's not a money-making activity. It's not going to help us. Same with like TikTok, and we can get sucked into these things. So we need to make sure that we turn off those distractions. It's not time to check email. It's not time to do anything except for making sure that you're inviting, you're connecting, you're adding people to the list. We're going to give you the plan in a minute, but we're going to give you the 4 things that contribute to the majority of your income and how to focus on them best. But you have to know what your distractions are around you that could get in the way, and you need to find out how to turn them off. And so for some of you guys, it might be turning your phone on airplane mode or something like that so that you can really get your income producing activities done. Something that I did back in, gosh, what was it, 2012, I believe. No, it was 2011. I asked myself, what's the worst that can happen if I don't? So I asked myself, what's the worst that could happen if I don't build my network marketing business to the level that I want it to grow to? Well, at that time, I had actually quit my job because I was making enough money to pay all my bills in my network marketing company, but I was still treating my network marketing deal like a hobby. I was not treating it like a business, at least not a business that I wanted to pay me by. So what I did was I asked myself, okay, if I don't make this thing work, what is the worst thing that could happen? And Tony Robbins says that you move towards, you move away from pain faster than you move towards pleasure. So you got to kind of trick your brain and get it to be a little bit fear-based. Now, this isn't typically how I would train, but it does work. So for me, I had to create an embarrassing moment that I did not want to experience if I didn't make my business work, and it had to really hit home for me. So for me, what it was I would have to go back to work and go ask my boss for my job back, tail between my legs, and I would have to admit that my business didn't work and I was a failure. Now that did not align with me whatsoever, and I did not want that to happen. And so every single day, that kept me motivated to making it happen. Somebody said the other day, I heard this on a training, that they had kids and their kids were watching them build their business. And the kids, you guys, kids are very observant, right? And they do what you do. They were very scared of their kids looking at them as a failure or a quitter. So they were never going to quit, and they were going to keep focused, and they were going to keep doing the money-making activities until they made it work because of the example that they wanted to lead for their kids. Now, if you have kids, I don't know what is more motivating than that if you care about them at all. Okay, so what is the worst thing that could happen if you don't? Write that down and get aligned with it. And a great book that I always love recommending in our space is Picking Up the Miracle Morning for network marketers. It's a really great book on helping you get distraction free and getting focused. All right, so you guys got that? Yeah. All right. So the Meltons are going to go over our 4-part daily plan, and then we're going to dive in on each one of these and how to make the most out of them in your 60 minutes a day.
I love it. So good. You know, my favorite thing that Tanya says, you guys, is best revenge is massive success, right? So for those of us that are not seeing the results just yet, I need you to just get there and visualize what it's going to be like energetically. That's when right. You reach the high and then all of a sudden you go, dude, I cannot believe you doubted me. And you know, it's always a good idea to add a little bit of extra joy and maybe even accent to that statement. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty, because I do believe that clarity equals power. And when you can become really, really optimized with the little time that you have, you can crush it extra. Okay, so you're gonna take 15 minutes times 4, and we're gonna spend it, the first 15 minutes is gonna be your prospecting activities. Now, prospecting is an income producing activity. It's an activity that's going to move the needle in your business. For those of you that get really nervous around the prospecting activities, listen, here's how you got to think through it, is that your confidence and competence, we need to improve one or the other, right? Like, meaning if you're not good at it, but you set a goal to take, you know, 21 days, 30 days, 40 days to just go through 100 people to start conversations, to start inviting people to take a look at your product, business, or your service, you're gonna get good at it, right? And in the beginning, you gotta make up in numbers what you lack in skills. So 15 minutes a day. The second 15 minutes, we're going to show up to social media. We're gonna show up to the marketplace, and the goal is to provide minimum at least one piece of valuable content, right? And this is your marketing activity. Now, marketing is a passive activity, right? So you don't know the kind of results you're going to generate, especially if you're just getting started with building up your social equity, with building up your brand. But the key to success with that is we have to stay consistent. So budget 15 minutes a day to bring some value. We're going to teach you some nuggets around that. The next section of time is going to be your follow-up. Fortune is in the follow-up. They say on average, a customer has to hear from you like 20 something times, right? So if you can be really strategic with your marketing efforts, your prospecting efforts, and then the next part, you guys catch this one, we call it loving on other people's stuff. And this is, creating the connection, engaging the networking piece, because with social media, especially if you optimize your Facebook in such a way where maybe you even create lists. Let me know in the comments if you have created lists of your prospects or lists of your customers on Facebook. So that way you can be, proactive with what it is that you see in your newsfeed. So you can click on your potential prospects, right, on Facebook, and then you can go and love on those prospects posts. And that's the key, right, to being omnipresent and constantly be showing up in other people's news feeds. Okay, so let's take a look at this checklist, Tanya.
I love tracking everything, you guys, because you can't, I love checking things off, right? So what you want to do is every time you spend the 15 minutes, like set yourself a timer, 15 minutes, we're going to be prospecting and adding new people to our list. Once that timer goes off, boom, check that off for that day. If you provided value or fun on your social media in some way, you've done that for 15 minutes, boom, check that off. Loving on other people's stuff, check it off. Follow up, check it off. Now you're checking things off and you know that you are getting it done. I know for me and my team, if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I'm not getting any results here, I'll say, okay, well, what did you do this week? And I'll want to see what they've tracked. And then I can easily tell where, the ball was dropped. It was like, oh, I'm not getting any results because I haven't done anything. Well, there's the correlation, right? So you want to track it and check it off each day. Very, very important. So we also have our social media posting plan that brings in leads, and Nadia has got some unbelievable examples on things to post on social media that I'm really excited for her to go over. However, she's got a really cool formula. And if you guys are taking notes or screenshots, then as she's explaining her formula, I want you guys to take a screenshot of this. It's pretty cool.
Yes, totally. Thank you. Okay, so let's say over the next 7 days, let's go ahead and create 15 posts, right? So now you guys know with stories, now there's more opportunities for you to post. With the news feed, I say create one good, I like to say evergreen post for your newsfeed, meaning if you posted today and somebody saw it 3-4 days later, it still makes sense, right? Because with the algorithm, it's always changing, but we do know that your people are not going to see something right away when you post it, right? But the cool thing with stories, where platforms like Instagram and even YouTube now has a story feature, Facebook, they're putting more emphasis on stories. And what's really cool, you guys, when you really leverage the stories, you can even see who is paying attention to you, right? So then you could be super strategic when it comes to your networking and connecting with people. Okay, so let's say between your stories and your newsfeed, you're going to show up, you're going to post 1-twice a day, 15 times. So you want to make sure that at least 10 of those posts have nothing to do with your business, right? Your goal is not to run an infomercial channel. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. And how many of us, confess right now in the comments below, how many of us are total like recovering spamaholics? When John and I first came to social media, we were so enthused. Like, how many of us are really, really excited about a business? We believe in our product. We know we have a miracle in our mouth, but then at the same time, it's counterintuitive, right? To not talk about it, you know? So by default, your new people are gonna also wanna show up and talk all things business and product, but the key to success with social is to raise curiosity instead of raising resistance. So when you and I and our teams, when we are strategic and we show up as humans, right? We got to be humans first, marketers second. So how can we be human? Well, 10 out of the 15 posts, we showcase funny. We talked about it. Funny equals money. People love to laugh. 80% of people on social media, they're bored to death. They're stressed. They're depressed. They don't see a way to make their life better. So how can you bring some joy, bring some value, personal lifestyle, something that inspires, motivates, or educates, right? Now, then you can create 4 posts. Okay, catch this. I love this. You can showcase nonchalant promotion. Now, nonchalant promotion, let me give you an example. That means, let's say you tell a story and you say, yeah, since starting my new business, here's what I found. Then whatever your story is. But do you see how I nonchalantly a little bit dropped like it's hot that I started a new business? But you don't follow up on that. You kind of leave it like an open loop, you guys. Open loop. Think preview to the movie, right? If the movie producer showed you the beginning, the middle, and the end, you would never want to go see the movie because they ruined it for you. So don't ruin the movie, but just open a loop, right? Nonchalant. Okay. And then 1 post a week. You could do a wow post. Baby, explain wow post. Go ahead.
You know, it's interesting because we've played with so many different quote unquote wow posts, but essentially it's a direct promotion of your product or business without saying the name of your business or product. So we've done things like dual broadcasts where we'll interview a leader or a customer, right, where you're going live together. Facebook's been a little quirky with this recently. You can still do it on Instagram without a third-party app, but you could also use Zoom and BeLive.tv and some other apps and tools. But that's really powerful. Maybe doing a giveaway. You could do a giveaway post. You could do a giveaway video where your whole team is promoting a live video with a giveaway. The people that are on, they have to stay till the very end. So essentially they have to sit through your explanation of the product, the opportunity, the benefits, tell stories. So this can be a really effective way to get customers, to promote your business. Again, you're not saying the name of the company. Why? Because your goal is to create curiosity, to generate leads. If you say the name of the company, they don't need to reach out to you. They already know what it is. Now, once you get into messenger conversations or you're adding people to an ATM group, right, an exposure group, a VIP group, whatever you want to call it, once they're inside of the group or once you're talking to one-on-one, you don't have to hide the name of the company at that point. But when it's a public post, a public video, you always want to be mysterious because you don't own the company. You only get paid when they come to you, when you go to them, when you have that one-on-one conversation and they order from your link, they partner up with you. Capiche?
I love it.
Now I'm excited about this next diagram so you can really understand what to post, how to show up, what you're going to put out as far as content on a daily basis.
I love it. So take a screenshot. We don't need to digest it, but essentially we wanted to help you a little bit with what type of modality, right? What type of modality should you show up in that's more natural to you? Now, we always want to recommend do video because, 1 minute of video equals like 1.8 million words because, there's like the posture and your energy and your tonality and all these different things. But if you're new to the world of social media, if you're new to creating content, I want you to start with the path of least resistance, whether it's just taking a selfie, creating a little bit of a couple of sentences or something, right? If you're good at writing, you can create those long, have you guys seen those long story posts and you just can't even help yourself, but next thing you know, 5 minutes later, you're still reading. If that's you, I want to recommend to you speed reading class. Oh, that works too. But take a screenshot of this, right? So those are the different modalities that you can play with. Now, let us shift a little bit of gears and let's talk about, okay, let's just say hypothetically, you haven't officially launched your business, or maybe you've been building your business for a couple months, even a couple of years, and you want to just create a little burst of excitement, enthusiasm, right? Or you need a launch system for your people. Here's what we do, okay? So we call it OMG, I did a thing, and it's a launch post. Okay, how many of you drop into the comments, let us know. How many of you instantly go, oh my gosh, what did you do? What happened? Are you pregnant? Are you getting married? Where are you going? Are you moving out of America? Are you moving back to Russia? What did you do, right? So there's the natural curiosity. It's fun. You guys, especially with Facebook, right? Facebook, it's not Amazon, meaning people are not on Facebook searching for opportunities and products to buy. People are on Facebook to connect with them, to engage, to, you know what I mean? People, we're all noisy. Aren't we so noisy, right? So, okay, oh my gosh, I did a thing. Here's a beautiful example. Stay tuned. I love that. So you can create a selfie post where you pique the curiosity. I did something. Come support me tonight. I'm releasing the big news.
Right.
So you can create a little sentence there where you can just let people know that you're going to go live or you're going to announce this big thing that you're doing, right? So this is a couple different versions of what that can look like. Now, the key to success, bring enthusiasm. We talked about nothing great happens until you get excited. You tell your face, you document it. Ladies, always ensure the light is in your face, right? Because you will look better, and that's key. You cannot sell the dream looking like a nightmare.
And by the way, guys, you can do this too. I know we have a few female examples, but anybody can do this. Post up a selfie, said, OMG, I did a thing. Big news tonight. Join me at 8 o'clock, support me. And I'd also recommend you're reaching out to people individually, especially people with influence, people you care about, and letting them know the exciting news. Now, some of you are going to say, well, John, I've already been in my company for months or even years. Great. There's always something going on though, right? There's always something that you can create curiosity around. And if the company isn't doing a promotion or an incentive, then you create one. You find something that you can do with your teammates, with your customers to create that excitement. And you can do this through a live broadcast. We do recommend all of you getting comfortable with putting yourself on camera, putting yourself on video. Let us know in the questions box. Are you currently doing videos right now? Are you doing some type of content via video, live video? Maybe you start a weekly show. That's what Tanya does, right? Every Tuesday with Tanya, that's what we do. We do Money Monday every Monday. So something where you're showing up. It could be value, it could be your launch video. You know, we talk more about this in the boot camp, but I'm just telling you, this is an exciting way to show up. However, we also have curiosity posts that we've tested out. Now, some of you are going to get confused by this. You're going to be like, what's a spoon post? In our company, the network marketing company that we're a part of, we have a bunch of different products that we've tried creating curiosity around. The one that's done the best is this weight loss product we offer. It's like a pudding. It tastes good. You take a spoonful a day, and essentially people use this spoon post, quote unquote, to create curiosity. You have to come up with your own version of this depending on the company you're in. But again, not a video, but a great way to create curiosity, super effective. And Nadya had mentioned the story launch post. Maybe you don't want to do a video. I've heard people say, John, I have a face for radio. Look, whatever you want to do, it's your business. I will encourage live videos till the day I die. However, if you want to share your story and you want to tell it through text, through a post, that can work also. Anything can work if you work it. It's just a matter of showing up, and we give you some examples here that we can just kind of give you an idea of what others have done. You see Julie Reynolds here. She did a live video to launch her new business, over 6,000 views. You got to have a good headline. New things happening with me, and I'm so excited to share with you. Hashtag change is hard, but so exciting. Do you see how that would create curiosity? You know, Bethany here, she does a spoon post, which is what we were talking about. Now, this is leading with the product. I said yes to this silly spoon, and I'm so grateful I did. She talks a little bit more in detail. You could take a screenshot of that if you want to capture it to read it all, but the point is she's promoting the product. She's creating curiosity. She's talking about the benefits. You've got Danielle in this next example where she's sharing her story. She's being authentic. She doesn't feel 100% comfortable as this is far away from my t-shirts and leggings, right? She's getting vulnerable. She's saying she's uncomfortable, and people relate to that. She's talking about the bodysuit and how it's outside of her comfort zone. And thanks to her cycling in liquid gold, I'm down 40 pounds and learning to love this mom bod. How smart is that? People are going to say, well, what's the liquid gold? How many of you are seeing that and you're like, what's this liquid gold you're using? So you are a network marketer. You need to learn to market yourself and market your product. So many of us learn how to network sell, network spam, network pitch, network sell. Everybody that comes within 3 feet of us, and we got freaking commission breath. You got to learn to tell stories. You got to think like a marketer and not a salesman all the time. I know you love your product and company, but you have to generate leads. You got to build a brand. And by the way, if all of your posts look like this, that's not effective either. You need to mix things up. You need to provide more value than you ask in return. If all you're doing is selling, telling, promoting, and pitching, that's why you're not getting results. 80% of your posts should not have anything to do with you selling or pitching in this way. Does that make sense? Jump into the question box and let us know. All right, let's talk 553. This is for those of you that are working your business an hour a day. I will say if you have more time, you should double, triple, quadruple these numbers. But I've realized that the majority of people in my business and in all of your businesses, and let us know, by the way, in the questions box, how many people are on your team? Would you be excited if all of them worked their business an hour a day, where it was focused, intentional time spent? How many of you would be excited if all your part-timers were just talking to 5 new people every day about the business? They were friending up 5 new people every single day, or reconnecting with 5 friends that they haven't talked to in a while. And then they literally added 3 people a day to the ATM groups, or 3 people that physically sat through some type of presentation. Imagine what your business would look like if everybody on your team was doing this. I see some of you have 4 people, 5 people, 140 people, 3 people, 0 people, 9 people, 500 plus, 921, says Lynn, right? So some of you have a lot of people. Imagine if, oh my gosh, if they all just did this every day. So this prospecting formula, and I just want to kind of go into detail here because you're all sitting on a gold mine, those of you that are part-time, and then those of you that have a team of part-timers. Start with your existing warm market. Why are people always saying, where do I find cold market? How do I cold market prospect? I always find that so funny. I find it fascinating because you have 300 Facebook friends. You got 1,000 Facebook friends. Why not start with the people you're already friends with versus trying to add new friends? So start with the humans you're already friends with, and let me know in the questions box, how many Facebook friends do you have and what's the percentage you've spoke to? Because what you'll find, and those of you that are leaders, I want you to know that if you were to ask your team this, go post this in your team Facebook groups and say, hey, I'm on this killer webinar, and they ask the question that I want to ask all of you. How many Facebook friends do you have? And what's the percentage of people you've talked to? And this includes followers also. I would set a goal to have 2,000 to 5,000 engaged friends, meaning I don't want to be friends with someone that I never talk to. What's the point of that? People go, I don't want to cold message people. And I'm like, are you talking about messaging people you're friends with on Facebook? They're like, yeah. I'm like, that's not a cold message. You're friends with them. A cold message is messaging someone you're not friends with. But you're going to find that most people in network marketing have spoke to less than 10% of their warm market, less than 10% of their Facebook friends. So purge the inactive users, delete the negative Nancys. I would have a goal to add 5 new friends every day and delete 5 friends every day, because a lot of you haven't done this. And I don't want you to spend a lot of time on it, but if you go to wish happy birthdays, if you go through your memories and you're friends with people that never respond to messages, delete. So every day, friend up 5 new people. This could be from people you meet in Facebook groups that are like-minded or hobby type groups, right? I'm a Ravens fan. I could be in a bunch of Ravens groups, friending up people in those groups. I'm a social marketer, social media marketer, right? I'm an entrepreneur, a business owner, an investor. I invest in real estate, all these things. I can go join groups that have these types of people and just make friends, make connections. Every day I can friend up 5 new people. But why not also, because I always talk about friending up 5 new people a day, but why not also reconnect with people you haven't spoke to in months or years? All of you have people on your friends list right now, I guarantee you have not spoke to since 2020 began, maybe not over the last couple years. 5 people you peak every day, 5 people. Every day you ask them if they're open to taking a look at what you do. And then 3 people that sit through a presentation, 3 people that check out the product. If you did this over the course of just 30 days, that would be 90 people that you've exposed to your business. 90 people. That'd be 150 new Facebook friends and 150 people you pop the question. So many people are like, when do I pop the question? Listen, there's never a perfect time. But if you had a goal to peak 5 people, invite 5 people every single day before bed, you would just figure it out. I don't care if you prospect someone within the first couple sentences, within the first couple, conversations, or you wait a few days or a couple weeks and you start keeping track of every person you talk to. Maybe you make a journal where you include all your new Facebook friends, another journal where you include all the people you've exposed to your business or products. And remember, at the end of this training, we're going to give you a free resource to keep track of that. But I can see in here, it's interesting. Kimberly, as an example, has 1,700 friends, 20% of them she talked to. Kimberly, imagine if you talk to the other 80%, right? Alicia says 25%. 900 friends says Yvonne. 3 to 5% says Kayla. Look at all the 10%, Nadia. 10%, 10%. Yeah. Actually, John Rodriguez is doing pretty good. He's talked to 30%, which is actually really good. But in addition to that, if you're adding new friends every day, man, can you imagine what your Facebook could look like, your engagement? It could just blow up. And remember, you're a professional conversation starter. Be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we come at people gangbusters and we're so excited and we come at them guns blazing with our agenda. And I can't say there's a perfect way to promote or approach everyone, but the worst thing you could do is never approach them. The worst thing you could do is never pop the question and just build rapport for weeks, months, years, just hoping that one day they ask you what you do. And it's funny, when I first started prospecting on social media, I was very spammy in nature, and I'd get off a call like this and I'd be so excited. How many of us have ever rode the emotional roller coaster, right? There's a lot of ups and downs in our business, and I'd be so excited. I'd go to a Saturday training, or I'd plug into a call and I'd be so pumped. I'd be hitting up my list. I'd be hitting people up on Facebook, and I was so much about my agenda, and I was getting rejected left and right. Then I finally got some responses, and I kind of got the hang of having conversations and not being a Spamela Anderson. But you know what, man? There was people that would ghost me. How many of us ever been ghosted before? You have someone that you're like mid-conversation and you bring up the business and they just stop responding, right? Or you have someone that you ATM, you add to one of your groups, you add them into a group chat with your upline. They're all fired up. They're saying all the right things, but the aliens abducted them or something. They just disappear. They stop responding to messages. right? They stop posting on social media. Like literally you feel like they stop posting on social media just because they're worried about you. Or how many of us have been blocked? Has anyone ever been blocked? You ever been put in Facebook jail, right? Like how many of us, like you have an amazing day, you have an amazing hour, a power hour that's just like legit, you crushed it. I mean, you left it all on the table. You were on fire. And the next day, man, there was like one negative person out of a dozen. And you get so fixated on that that your emotions get the best of you and you take the rest of the day off. And you're like second guessing, like, maybe network marketing's not for me. You know, they said you could be from Yale or jail, you could be 18 or 88. You're like, it didn't matter what your background was, but like, I don't know, I don't think I'm cut out for this. And you start globalizing. Is that the word, globalize?
Yeah.
Right? You start feeling like you're not meant for network marketing because a few people were mean to you, a couple people quit, you got ghosted, and you start to second guess it. And this is the mindset you have to have, right? Long-term vision. You got to keep the bar down. Those of you that have rode a roller coaster, you know, they go around checking the bar. And how many of us, like after they check the bar, you kind of grab on it too, because you're like, I'm going to be upside down. And I don't want to fall out of this thing because I will die. That is the key to success long-term in your network marketing business. Anyway, I get so fired up about this because if you think long-term and you take the emotion out of it, and you just think logically, you want to build a long-term residual income, there ain't no other way to do it but a business like the business model of network marketing.
I'm excited. So let's turn your likes and comments into leads and sales, because now you know what to post. And weren't those really good examples, right? I hope that you guys could see past just like tunnel vision on those examples, and you could expand your vision and have that apply to what it is that you're selling or what it is that you're promoting. You've got some really good ideas. So maybe you're doing your lives, or maybe you're putting your videos out there, maybe you're doing your posts, and you're not getting people that are saying, hey, I want to sign up with you, or I want to buy your products. Now I will tell you, it might be like 0.005% chance that somebody will ever reach out to you and say, I want to buy your stuff. Okay, so you got to learn how to transition those conversations, those engagements into leads and sales for your business. And there is a little bit of an art that you have to finesse in this. And you guys, I've been doing this for over 10 years now, especially on social media. And I've refined this to what it is today. And next year, it'll probably be better than what it is now because we learned so much. But I want you guys to know that if you do this right, it really, really does work, and you can help a lot of people with your product, service, or business. So let's say you're just getting likes and you're like, dang it, like they liked it, but they didn't ask to buy my stuff. Like, what do I do with the like? Or what do I do with the comment that somebody says, awesome? And you're like, face palm, like awesome. Like, what do I do with awesome? You know? So I have a little formula that will help. Okay. But number one, you got to be posting on social media and creating that engagement. So that's why it's important to be consistent with that in your daily method of operation. So this is my formula, and then I'm going to give you a script that you can kind of see the formula in action. Okay. So the formula is compliment, just curious, ask a leading question. Okay. So it might look something like this. Okay. Hey, Chris, thanks for liking my post about XYZ, whatever your post was about. Super cool of you. Just curious, what did you specifically like about it? Are you on a health journey right now yourself? Question mark, right? So let's say I put like a spoon post out there for lack of a better example, because we just saw a few of those, right? And what I say is, thanks for liking my post. I used to just say, thanks for liking my post, but now I say about XYZ, because then, you know, if they like 25 things in the last 4 seconds, you're gonna be referencing the right post, and you're gonna pique their interest on the right thing that they liked when they're scrolling, right? And then tell them, hey, thank you. Like, that was super cool of you. I appreciate that. That always goes a long way. And then the transition is just curious. So just curious, what did you specifically like about it? This is how I start the conversation. And then I used to just stop there, but I've added this other little line So are you on a health journey right now? Or maybe you're in a jewelry direct sales company and you're like, are you specifically looking for any spring fashion ideas or jewelry ideas or accessories, like whatever the question is that pertains best to the post that you just did. And you can start a conversation about that, and you can get some intel on how to provide more value or a recommendation or suggestion into your product or service. It's really as simple as this, guys. So anybody that likes your post or leaves a comment, go and start a conversation with them like this. Now, I would say, I'm going to challenge you, do this to 10 people today. 10 people today. We've all got 10 people that we can go out and do this with. Go back to your previous posts, see what people are liking, and also be very consistent with this and with your posting as well, okay? So once somebody engages with you, right, you've got to know where you go from there. This is really, really, really important, right? I get a lot of people that say, okay, somebody's interested, like, what do I do now? Like, what's the next step for them, right? And there's many different steps of the journey that your prospects will go with you on, right? You've got to engage them. Once you've engaged them, you have conversation with them, you find interest, then you take that interest, you turn it into an invite. So you got to invite them to take a look at your presentation, either business or product. And then you've also got to know how to present to them properly so that they see an opportunity. And then you've also got to know how to follow up and close from there. And then from the follow up and close, you also have to know how to duplicate that, right? There's all sorts of little processes in place. And so you guys, this training was not really on our presentation format. We do this in other trainings. We also have a really in-depth training on this inside of our boot camp. However, I think that it's really important to touch base on this with you guys here so that we don't just leave you hanging when you go out here and do the challenge that we have for you today, which is, go out there and start engaging and start posting and putting this DMO into action. So one of the things that we have in our business, one of the things that I was very much attracted to with social media and building on social media with your network marketing business is using Facebook groups to do the presenting of our product and do the presenting of our business with our prospects. Now, a lot of network marketers that are out there using social media are now using this strategy that we call our ATM process, which basically means add, tag, and then message. This is how we present to our people. So basically, you're taking your interested prospect that you've been engaging with and having conversation with. They say, yeah, I'm interested. Tell me more about that. And then what you're doing is you have a process in there where you add them to a secret private group on Facebook. And the secret private group on Facebook has an announcement post that's pinned to the top of the group that has certain informational videos that typically will do the presenting for us and get the information well eloquently put together for the prospect. So you're basically just putting them in the group and telling them what information to go and absorb. And then you're following up through Messenger. We're kind of doing this all on Facebook and keeping it all on social, which is incredible. And then we follow up with the message that tells them what to do next or how we're going to be following up with them and putting them through the next step of closing or answering any questions that they have. Before this ad tag message strategy came into my world and I started using it, maybe some of you guys who've been in network marketing a while can relate to the old days on how we used to do this, which is somebody would say, I'm interested, and then I would set up a phone conversation with them, and then I would share with them a website or a video, and then I would call them back and I would ask if they saw an opportunity for themselves. And sometimes that whole process could take 45 minutes or longer. And I was having to be present the whole time on a phone conversation. And it was a lot of time and a lot of slow down and lag in my process every day. And it really made it almost impossible to build a healthy income in network marketing in 60 minutes a day or less without this ad tag message process. So it really has become a huge, huge, huge piece of the puzzle when we say your DMO, 60 minutes a day, here's what you do, because you've also got to know what to do with those interested people. You need to have a system that you put them through that leverages your time and automates your process and helps with the closing ratios with somebody that's brand new, because putting them into a Facebook group that has all these videos and all this excitement and all these testimonial posts of people seeing results with the product, people seeing results with the business, people coming on board every single day, creates that environment that we could never do one-on-one, but also we couldn't leverage that out with a new person, brand new, and see the same results, if not better. And that's why I think you see the numbers that you saw with John and our team doing those huge, massive numbers. It's because there's certain systems and certain leverage and automation pieces put in place. And we'll talk more about what the ATM means and how you can learn about it in a minute. But John, did you want to add anything to this ATM process before I share that?
Well, I know some people always have questions about this, and I just want to say that I know I said this earlier, but I want to reiterate, I've done it all. I've called leads, I've done home meetings, weekly meetings. We used to work out of offices. We've done flyers on college campuses. We have done it all. This has been by far the most duplicatable way to acquire customers, create independent leadership. This has been the most duplicatable way to build a team in our backyard and internationally all over the world. We have students from every company you can imagine that's gone through our academies, gone through our boot camps. We happen to have another boot camp here in a couple weeks, which we're about to announce. I'm telling you, I have never in all my life, all my career, network marketing, almost 20 years, seen a more duplicatable system. And here's the deal. Facebook is pushing Facebook groups, private communities. How many of us have seen Facebook ads promoting Facebook groups? We've seen ads on television, Facebook ads on television pushing Facebook groups. This is the now, it's the future, and it's the easiest way for you to expose people, get that social proof going, all the things that Tanya talked about. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing what can happen once you get an ATM group cranking.
Yeah, and for those of you that are asking the question, what is an ATM group? I'm going to share with you some information on where you can learn more about how to get this rocking and rolling for your business. And maybe you already have an ATM group. We're going to show you how to leverage it out even more. I'm really excited to make that announcement to you guys. But I also want you to know, if you take a look now, these are like over how many years in between those pictures of you guys? How many years is that? That's crazy,
well,
right?
I think that was one of our first pictures in like 2000. I want to say 2003 or 4 because we were together at that point. We met in 2001, so probably 2003 or 4. And then the other one's 2017. So over 10 years. And, you know, because of network marketing products, you know, we're aging backwards, you know, what a fine line.
So we put this up because we thought it was funny. So there's over a decade in between my photos as well. And we only get better, right? We always have to start somewhere. We always get better. And the thing is though, you guys, I don't want anybody to compare their chapter 1 or their chapter 2 to maybe somebody else's chapter 20. I mean, we've been doing this for combined like almost 30 years, right? Combined, it makes it sound very old, but we've been doing this a long time, basically. And maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you've been doing it a really long time as well. But we want you guys to be able to leverage experience and things that actually really work and are working in today's day and age. But if you're just getting started, or maybe you've been in it a while and you haven't really created where you want to go yet, it can only get better from here. Absolutely, 100%, right? So I want to know in the questions box, is this valuable so far? Have you guys taken some notes? Have you gotten some really great ideas on how to post, maybe how to organize your day, what your money-making activities really actually are, and it's not watching Instagram stories all day long, even though it can be super fun. There is something that's missing. There's a few things that are missing though, always, right? We teach 10 core elements, and we believe that there truly are 10 core areas that contribute to massive success in network marketing. If you're here and you truly want to build that freedom lifestyle and have some of your goals really come to fruition. The biggest thing though too that's missing, I believe, when we all have at-home businesses, which, by the way, amazing that we have that opportunity in this day right now with all of the craziness going on in the world. But the biggest thing that is missing is accountability. I know for me, what's easy to do is also easy not to do. Sure, is it easy to do those 4 things every, like 60 minutes every single day? That doesn't seem too hard, right? What's easy to do is also easy not to do. And accountability is missing. We don't have a boss every single day telling us, hey, you got to do this or you get fired. No, we know we can just come to work tomorrow. We're not going to get fired, right? So here are the 10 core elements that we teach with our people in our training, and we get massive results with. But you guys have to know all of these 10 core elements and how they work, because it's not just one or the other that you can get good at. You have to holistically have it all in place for you and your business. So number one, there's prospecting and there's marketing. Okay, marketing is, like Nadya was saying, is where you create a lot of the passive results. Like, how do people reach out to you and say, hey, tell me more about this or tell me more about that? You also got to get really good at communication and building relationships with people. I shared a little bit of those scripts today that I've refined over the years with starting those conversations. And there is a little bit of an art and finesse and psychology that goes into that on transitioning people from hello to welcome to the team or welcome as a new customer. You also got to get really good at presenting and have a system in place that duplicates. I was guilty of having a system that did not duplicate. It just created a lot of success just for myself. But if you can create something like the ATM, and we'll talk more about this in a minute, your whole team could have results and duplication. And that is the beauty of network marketing and where we need to be. Also, follow-up and closing. You got to get good at the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and you have to get really good at closing, asking for the sale. You've got to get good at putting systems in place and leveraging your leadership if you want to have leveraged lifestyle inside of network marketing. You also have to be good at branding, at least a little bit on social media, and storytelling. Did you see some of those testimonials today where we talked about those were some incredible stories. Those were so creative. They piqued amazing amounts of curiosity. We teach exactly how to do that, by the way. And you got to get good at social media marketing, obviously, because it's 2020, of course. You got to get good at coming up with ideas for content so that the content generates you those likes and those comments, which I like to call endless leads. And then you transition those likes and comments into conversations. You got to know where to insert and how to insert best your calls to action. So some of the posts that you do on social media are going to have a direct call to action, like, hey, drop me a message, drop me a comment. You got to know where to insert those and then where to not insert those. You don't want to have them on every single one of your posts. You also have to have systems in place for duplication and team building. So there's a couple of things that we have in our team that have extraordinarily leveraged our time and increased our income because we have these in place, and more of our team is creating results and we're duplicating at massive scale because of these systems. So the goal in moving forward from here is to really turn you into your company's next big success story and give you the tools for massive team growth and duplication. That is our ultimate goal moving forward. And I just want to give you an example of when we teach these elements to our people. Here's some of the things that happen. And I'm not going to go over all of these. I want you guys to take a screenshot, and then I'm going to give you a place where you can learn more about all of the crazy success stories that we're able to create when we teach these elements. But basically, Chuck and Tammy shared, I've got more engagement and follow-up to do in the last 8 hours than the last 8 years. Being in the industry, you three have rocked it. I cannot wait for tomorrow. This training's epic. I love how we learn to message people who are live. I just did it, and within minutes sold an item to a new prospect. I've never spoken about my business before. This was the fastest sale I've ever made in my entire business career. Thank you so much. Lauren shares, I got one new customer. The biggest thing is these things will be implemented ASAP. I did horribly at my live and still got feedback and one more customer. So we were forcing people to do some posts and some lives, and they were getting customers, even if they sucked at what they were doing. It was kind of awesome. Diana shared, here's a toast to the people in this group, to our 3 amazing coaches today. I'm having a wine moment right now. I had 199 views on my Facebook Live today and had 2 people that are interested in my business. I never knew how valuable the ATM was until I realized how much time you could save with this system. It was so valuable. We were able to take action with what you taught us today. That was huge for me because I seldom post on Facebook or connect with my audience. Knowing how the algorithm works was also good to know. So toast to you. And Jen shared, woohoo, got 4 new team members. Thank you for this amazing training. And she's working on 3 more. Okay, so this stuff really works, obviously, if you work it. And a question we get asked a lot, and the reason why we kind of designed this training and this boot camp for you guys, and I'm going to share with you, is people ask us all day, every day, can you help me set up my business just like yours? So John and Nadia and myself, we realized there's a huge need generically in the entire network marketing profession for something like what we teach, that we decided to put something very special together. And we've created some pretty dang awesome success stories. So if we had something where we walk you through setting up your systems and processes just like we have, would this be exciting for you? Would you get excited maybe to even have this available to your teams? And John teased about it a little bit today. But we are opening up a boot camp, and we get started in a couple of weeks. And this is going to be really exciting for not only you, but also your team as well. And what if the 3 of us virtually worked with you, workshop style, and we helped you to duplicate a lot of what we do? Build your brand, craft your social media posts with you, start your prospecting conversations with you, help you to close your prospects that you're working on inside of your messenger, build your presentation system, that ATM thing that we were talking about, and also a lot more. So we created something very special called the Social Marketing and Recruiting Boot Camp. And it's just that, it is a boot camp. And this is our way of opening up our time. 3 7-figure earners here, our time is being opened up to help you totally crush it in your business and hold you accountable. And last year, you guys, by the way, we beta tested this with 510 clients, and it freaking rocked our socks off and works. So a couple of these, I've shared a few of them. We've got hundreds more, hundreds literally more of crazy testimonials of people who went through the boot camp with us last year and said it was the best training that they've ever seen in the network marketing profession. They got the most results in 2 days or less than they ever had in some like 8 years or 13 years in the profession, like Annette says. And so we're just grateful to have the opportunity to do it again this year and carve out in our busy schedules some time to host the boot camp again. So what we want to do is simply go over exactly what we've put together here for you, how it can help you, and if it's right for you in your business, then we want you to join us. We want to invite you to join us. And if it's obviously not right for you, then obviously we don't want you to join us. But I think you're going to totally love all of what we put together for you and all of the value that we are just pouring into you and your team and your businesses. So if you'd like us to help you implement the 10 core elements workshop style, we've just showed you, then we finally made this possible, and here's exactly how we're going to do it. So what this is, how the bootcamp works, is it's a simple step-by-step interactive 2-day virtual bootcamp experience for you. So we literally walk you through building your systems, brand, and groups properly so you can finally have a proven plan to attract more prospects and sales than ever before. So what does boot camp mean? This is something that's never been done that I've seen in our profession. I think we're probably one of the very first people that have ever done this, but it's us broadcasting live, as you can see, together. We're all 3 together from our computers, our laptops. It is not a webinar. You're actually going to see us live as if you were at a live event with us, but you are broadcasting from our living room to your living room, and you are engaging with us. We are training, and then you are implementing. We are training, you implement. We train, you implement, And it's a 2-day virtual boot camp, like a live event, except for you get to stay at home in your pajamas, in your living room if you want, coronavirus free. Should I put that in there? I don't know. So here's what we're going to go through. We're going to go through all the 10 core elements with you, interactive boot camp style. We're going to be prospecting and marketing with you, building your relationships and helping you to communicate with them properly. We're going to be working on setting up your ATM presentation plan and format so that you can leverage your time and you can have more duplication. We're going to work on helping you with follow-up scripts and closing your prospects on the spot. We're going to help you build systems and leverage out your leadership. We're going to help you brand yourself properly on social media and get really good at storytelling. We're going to help you with your social media marketing. We're going to give you ideas for content so that you never run out of what to post on social media that will generate endless prospects for you in your business. We're going to help you with your calls to action, and we're going to help you build your duplication and team building systems and put those in place. Plus, we've also put something really special together for you during this boot camp. You're going to get our ultimate bonus pack, and everybody last year absolutely loved this, and this was of incredible value. So you're going to get trackers. You're going to get more trackers. These are specifically the trackers we use in our business. You also get our 3DW Facebook launch formula script book. These are all printables for you, by the way. You get personal and third-party storytelling templates. So you don't even need to be a good storyteller. You just follow our templates, you fill in the blanks, and bam, you've got your stories and what you can post on social. You get a complete guide to Facebook groups. So we've got a couple of Facebook groups that are our power groups. One is for product presentation, business presentation, and team building duplication. We're going to go over the facets of those and the elements that you need to have in place for massive growth and duplication in your business. Also, building your personal brand worksheet to help you build your personal brand, because if you have a personal brand on social media, you guys, people join you way easier than if you don't. They look up to you. They see you as a credible authority, a credible figure. We also want to give you the ultimate guide to posting on social media. This is a booklet jam-packed with a plethora of examples of all of the best social media posts that we see and we use on social media to promote our product, service, and business. This alone is a gold mine for your business. And then we're going to give you our effective closing and follow-up blueprint and scripts so you can copy them and make them your own for what it is that you are doing in your business. And then we're also going to give you our influencers recruiting script book, and we've got a great training on this in the boot camp. So imagine going to somebody on social media that has 10,000 or 100,000 followers on Instagram or Facebook or on YouTube, and being able to know how to connect with them effectively to have them take a look at your product, service, or business, and potentially having them promote out to their audience of tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people. Would that be valuable for you? There's a way that we do this effectively, and we want to show you exactly how to do that and give you the scripts for conversation. So I want you guys to keep in mind that what we've included here is really the exact process that we've personally used to get our team to generate over $100 million in sales over the last 3 years. Grow our customer base to over 300,000 new customers in 3 years. And keep in mind, remember, 80% is customer volume, and now producing over $100,000 per day in volume for the company and for our team, all on Facebook without meetings or three-way calls, and doing this in a centralized pocket of time per day, which is really, really cool. And by now, probably really excited about the boot camp and all that we're giving away. But you're also probably wondering, like, what is this going to cost me? What are they charging for the boot camp? So we want to go over that, and I think this is going to be the most exciting part for you guys. So I want to put this into perspective first, okay? Our coaching services start at almost $1,000 an hour. Why? Because we are busy and we have a team, and it's just not something that we really do. But when somebody begs me enough to do coaching, that's the rate that I charge them, and it is all worth it, by the way. We've personally invested over $440,000 between us over the last 3 years to know what we know and to be coached by some of the best so that we can bring that back to you guys. And there's some value in that for sure. And we test everything before we teach it. We are in the trenches every day with our team. We know what you're going through because we're going through all of the same things. So there is definitely value in that. And to spend a weekend with us, we sometimes do power weekends. It's expensive. It's over $6,000 to come and hang out with us, to have us teach you what we do in our team. And it's worth every penny, you guys. But I think you're going to be really impressed with what we put together for you. We believe that this boot camp and program is equally, if not more valuable, but you're going to steal it from us today because you're going to get all 10 core element modules and interactive boot camp style. I truly believe that everything that we teach has a retail value of almost $2,000 on this. If somebody sits down with me, I would charge them no less than $2,000 to give them all of the information that we go over in the boot camp when it comes to these 10 core modules. Plus, the retail value on the ultimate bonus pack is over $1,000 of value that you guys are going to get here because of all of the books and printouts and scripts and all of the design work we put into making this look amazing for you and your business so that you can share it with you and your team. And I'm going to give you a place where you guys can see if you're still like unsure. I'm going to give you a place of where you can go and see hundreds of testimonials of people that joined us last year and what they were able to do in 2 days working with us. So all together with everything that we're giving in the boot camp, we have a total retail value of $2,994 of value that we're pouring into you guys. Obviously, we're not going to charge $3,000 for the boot camp. We want to make this readily available for everybody and your teams. We want you to steal this from us. We're virtually broadcasting, so we don't have any hotel costs. You guys don't have any hotel costs. You don't have any travel costs. We don't have any travel costs. So we want to make this readily available for everybody. But I do want you guys to think about one thing, okay? One thing. If all this boot camp did for 2 days got you and your team into massive action and you were able to enroll 1 new customer or 5 new customers or 1 new distributor or 1 new business partner that went out there and totally crushed it or provided you with a great testimonial, would it be worth like learning all of this from us, right? So just put that into perspective. We've got something that we are doing that is so cool and so exciting for you guys, and you guys will love it, I'm sure. We have a very limited number of tickets that we're going to open up to an early bird special pricing. And you saw that, right, you guys, if you're watching the screen, you can get in on this boot camp for only one payment of $197. And we do have very limited time early bird pricing available. And I do have a link that you guys can go to, but I also want to caveat this because we have some extra special things that we are doing. And then I want to give you the dates that the boot camp starts because it's live. And I want to give you the times. So we're going to go over that. But we also have some fast action bonuses available to our major action takers. We've got a first 25 and a first 100 tickets right now. So what I would suggest is if this is something that you want to jump on with us, you can go to socialmarketinglive.com and all of the information about the bootcamp will be there on that page. You're also going to see that we have 2 options. We do have a live ticket price, and then we do have a live ticket price plus recordings. So we had last year a lot of people say, can we have the recordings of this training? It was so powerful. We want to have this be a part of our portfolio of training for our network marketing profession and teams. So we actually put together last year a recording package, and this year we got smarter than last year, so we put that available on the front end for you guys. So you're going to see 2 options on that page. If you want to just join us live for the 2 days, you can buy your ticket to do that at $197, or for $100 more for $297, you can buy the live plus recordings, and you can have the recordings, lifetime access to the recordings on that as well. So that'll be all at socialmarketinglive.com for you guys. So for those of you guys that are wondering the dates, all of the details are on the page when you go to socialmarketinglive.com. But just for those of you guys that need to know right here, right now, the boot camp, we start broadcasting live to you March 28th and 29th. It is a Saturday and a Sunday. It's a weekend. And we broadcast live as if we were at a live event, you guys. It's just the same as a live event, except for on the computer, virtually. We go from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the Saturday and the Sunday. And it's boot camp style, interactive style. You will see us, and then we'll be, training. And then we have breakout sessions where we train and we teach you, and then we allow you to go and implement. And then we come back, we train, you implement, we break for lunch and all that. We train, you implement. We also have a lot of contests that we run inside of the boot camp. We also do a lot of prizes. We get everybody excited. We share a bunch of champagne moments. This is not a webinar, by the way. This is a straight up boot camp. And I would highly, highly suggest, and this is going to be me, by the way, too, is to get your teams on the boot camp with you. So share the link with them, socialmarketinglive.com, and tell them, hey, I just saw this training. It was phenomenal. I'm going to be doing this boot camp. Here's the details. Let's do this together as a team. And you guys just imagine John, Nadya, and myself boot camp kicking your team into action for 2 days straight, and everybody having success stories and results like you guys see on the page at socialmarketinglive.com. That would be hashtag leverage. I would definitely leverage that out with you and your team. Allow us to train, allow us to boot camp them into action, and then also allow us to award them with prizes and recognition throughout the 2 days that we're hanging out together as well. So the early bird pricing does end soon, you guys, and some of the bonuses as well. So definitely get on that as fast as possible. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Let's work virtually together. Plus, we have something that if you only got this, I know for me, like if I only got this for $197, it would be still 10 times worth my money. So what we ended up doing is we did a top earner interview series. And so there's 13 top earners in all different network marketing companies. So all different facets of our direct selling world. We asked them to spill their best prospecting and recruiting places and strategies with us. So we kind of like selfishly did this for our own knowledge. We wanted to know like what other top earners were having success and where and what they were doing. But we recorded this interview series, and you guys are going to get access to it. And we also have some of these top earners coming back to do another series this year for us with some of their newest prospecting and recruiting places strategies as well, because times change in social media from year to year. We've got to stay relevant. So a lot of them are going to be coming back and doing live trainings for you guys, even where you can come and engage and ask questions to them. I know for me, if you guys had access to top earners like this live or virtually to learn what it is that they're doing, success leaves clues, guys, and this is awesomely valuable to find out what it is that these guys are doing and you can implement into your business as well. So we're going to include this as well for anybody that also secures a ticket today with the social at socialmarketinglive.com. And this is well worth 10 times your ticket price for the boot camp, which will also be amazing in and itself. So mark your calendar, you guys. We start March 28th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. All of the details and to get your ticket secured is at socialmarketinglive.com. Please be aware though that our early bird pricing, our special pricing does expire soon. So don't miss it and get your teams on it with you guys. We'd love to have everybody. We're also really confident that you're going to love the boot camp, that we'll assume all of your risk. So we do have a money back guarantee, but here's how it works, you guys. Okay, so after you go through the entire program and boot camp with us and you implement the steps, this is so important, that we walk you through. If you still don't feel that you got the value you paid for, please send us an email within 30 days for a full refund. So if you got to attend the boot camp, you got to allow us to deliver the value that we promised. But if after the boot camp and you attended and you implemented the stuff, you were like, this wasn't for me, it didn't work, I don't know, just let us know and we're happy to refund your money so there's no risk to you whatsoever. So here's what you want to do next. Next steps, guys. I love steps. I like DMOs. Go to socialmarketinglive.com, select your payment option. Do you want to do just the live event with us for the 2 days, or do you want the live and the recordings to keep for a lifetime? Totally up to you. You'll be emailed your access details to the bootcamp and your receipt. We do have a private Facebook group for all of our boot campers, so you'll get an email with the access link to that so you can come and join us right away inside of the group. And then open that email, follow the instructions, pretty simple and laid out for you. And if you're one of the first 25 or first 100 orders, we're going to be sending you a separate email with those bonuses that we promised you as well. So I just want to recap all of the value that you guys get for pretty much a steal of a deal. I know if you're a girl, you probably just bought shoes that were more than that. So, you know, now you can learn a whole bunch more and make a whole bunch more money for a whole bunch more shoes. How about that? So our gift to you guys, as promised, by the way, for sticking around to the end, I hope you guys got a ton of value. We're going to do a Q&A in a moment. To make sure that you guys get all of your questions answered that you might have, and we're going to give our time to you if you're still here, and we've got everybody pretty much still here, so that's always a good sign. You guys must have got a ton of value. But as promised, want to give you my follow-up and prospecting tracker so you can track your work and know where your prospects are in your pipeline at any given moment in time. It's something that I use personally in my business. So I'm going to leave the link here. If you go to socialmarketinglive.com/bonus-tracker, you guys take a screenshot of this because I'm going to be moving to the next slide in a moment. That is where your tracker will be ready for your free download. And I suggest print it out, use it, do a Zoom call with your team and let them know to start using it as well, because if everyone's tracking their daily efforts, you're going to start seeing more results, not only in your business, but your entire team's business as well. So socialmarketinglive.com/bonus-trackers is where it's ready for you there. And thank you for showing up live, you guys. We like to reward your efforts and your time. So here's what we're going to do next. Let's open it up to some questions. If you guys have any questions, I just want to say this. I'm going to leave this slide up because when you go to socialmarketinglive.com to get your ticket, not only will you see all the details, but if you scroll throughout the page, particularly all the way at the bottom as well, you're going to see a plethora and ridiculous amount of testimonials from people that shared from being with us last year on the boot camp. And all of these results, I mean, we couldn't make these things up. This was absolutely amazing. And I think the difference is we were not just training. This isn't a boot camp where we just train you and tell you to go hypothetically do something. We are training, you are implementing, and then you have carved out time where your focused energy is to implement what we teach, and you get to automatically immediately see the result that weekend. And so that's why I think this is so different than anything else that's out there. And most valuable as well, with the most results that I've ever seen in our industry as far as generic network marketing training goes. And I'm just so excited to have the opportunity to do it again with the Meltons. Our schedule is super busy, you guys, but we've carved it out and we really want to make it work for you guys this year. And we're going to be bringing the heat. So something to also remember, if maybe you joined us last year on the boot camp, I would suggest do it again, because we're going to be teaching new stuff from last year. Why? Because social media changes, platforms change, strategy changes. We've got new platforms like TikTok and things like that that we're going to be touching on and going to be training on. So anything that's working with our business right now, which is different than last year, is going to be different again this year and even better. So I would definitely recommend doing it again with us if you did get results from last year, and we'd love to have you. This is very different than any of the other programs that we have out there. Yes, we have other programs out there, but this is a live interactive boot camp, which makes it very different than our other programs that we have out there. And I'm excited to see you guys again. And whether or not you guys can make the boot camp work for you and your business. If you join us, great. I'd love to have you. It'd be so exciting to work with you. But if you can't, I really truly hope that beyond that, you just got a ton of value, even with the free training here today. And you got a lot of strategies that you can go back and implement immediately into your business. And I recommend and suggest that you totally do. I'm so excited to work with the Meltons again this year. I could not be working with better people to bring the heat for you guys this year at the Social Marketing and Recruiting Bootcamp Live. John, Nadia, anything to add? And then we'll open it up to questions. And if you see any questions, what are they and how can we help you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. And just want to give some shout outs. We have so many people getting started. So many of you are saying, just signed up, I'm in. Some people bought the live session and the recording. And let's see, there's so many questions. Okay. So a lot of people are asking, should I just do these in order or how do you want me to do this?
Just pick and go.
Oh, okay, randomly. So a lot of them are asking how long is the training? I saw that one multiple times. It'll be Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5, March 28th and 29th. Or was it 10 to 5?
Yeah.
10 to 5. So it'll be 10 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, March 28th and 29th. But again, if you were to miss some of it, we want you to be there for all of it. Obviously, we're making this so convenient. Most live events, you have to fly, drive, get a hotel, right? Like you have to sacrifice so much and invest so much. Here, you could be in the comfort of your living room. So we would encourage you to rearrange your schedule to make it happen. But ultimately, you will have 7 days to go through it if you just buy the live session. And then look, this price is so ridiculously low. If you go to socialmarketinglive.com tonight and take action, not only will you get those awesome bonuses if you're in the first 25 or 100, but you could do the extra 100 that you're saving to get that lifetime recording. It's just, I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer if you're serious about your business. And yes, to answer the question that some of you have asked, is this designed for people that are new to network marketing? The answer is yes. And it's great for those of you that have been around. We had a guy last year that's been in the industry for 40 years, and he said it was the best training he has ever been to or attended or participated in any shape, form, or fashion in his 40 years in the profession. So just understand that it's invaluable if you're brand new, and it's invaluable if you've been around a while, especially if you want to get your systems dialed in. You want better strategies for online building. Some people are asking, what if I took the course last year? Then yeah, it would be absolutely worth it for you to attend again this year. Obviously, you would sign up again. You register just like you did last year because this is a totally different training. So I would highly recommend you do that. And you guys got to understand that things change, right? Like we can't control social media training changes. We can't control the fact that Facebook is evolving all the time, making changes, right? There's new social platforms. Tanya mentioned earlier, TikTok, absolutely. We will talk about that for sure. Also, Tanya, is it possible to go back to the screen with the free tracker? I see a bunch of people asking about that as well with that link. There it is right there. If you guys want to take a screenshot of that, it's socialmarketinglive.com/bonus-tracker. It is Eastern Standard Time, Tammy. Great question. It'll be Eastern Standard Time, 10 to 5. That Saturday and Sunday, East Coast, bebe. So if for some of you that's tough because you're on the West Coast or you're in Europe, whatever, obviously, again, you would be able to go back and watch some of the replays because everything's recorded and it'll be inside of a private Facebook group. So it's not like you can't access the information if you missed a segment or two, which is awesome. I know a lot of you loved the training tonight. I appreciate all the compliments. A lot of you are saying I signed up, major value, thank you. There's the bonus link for those of you looking for it. Nadia, what other questions did I miss? I took this course last year. Can we attend as an alumni? Yes, absolutely. You can definitely sign up again this year. Australia will be staying up all night. Want to be on live. David, that's awesome, man. Whatever it takes. Yeah, last year we had people from Africa and Thailand, all over the world. How long are the days? Time zone. Do you have dates for this event, March 29th? Thank you guys. If you go to socialmarketinglive.com, you'll see the dates on there as well. Can this be applied to the Asian market? Absolutely, Eva. Issa Tell says she'll be at a wedding that weekend. No worries. You'll have 7 days to access it, or you could do the lifetime recordings for the extra 100. Amazing training, guys. Would love to do, unable to do. Next time sounds amazing, says Kim. Kim, that sounds good. Will it be recorded? Yes, John, it will be recorded. Yes, this was recorded tonight. You can definitely go back through it. It is the best training I have ever done. Whatever the price is, get it, says Sunny. This can't be real, says Ann. Yes, it is real. It is going to be the most electrifying, most content-rich training you will go through to help you with specific duplication strategies. Can this help to grow your business on Instagram, Yamel? Absolutely, 100%. Instagram is one of the hottest, most popular social platforms. So yes, 100%. Service-based MLMs, absolutely, Jorge. We did a service-based MLM for 7 years. Anything, if you're selling any product, any service, if you're building a team, it's a no-brainer to have an online system in place for duplication. Will this work on social media and face-to-face? Yeah, some of the practices definitely will. Some of the strategies could work for face-to-face for sure.
The closing strategies and follow-up for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Gina says, just got it. Thanks all. Gina, congrats. Yes, y'all are the best, says Suzanne. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. Can you use information throughout 2020 and beyond? Miriam, yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of this stuff, I mean, you know, having conversations, building relationships, providing value, this is evergreen content, right? But there are things that also change, and, you know, you got to be willing to change with the times. I'm in. Thanks, guys. You're the best, says Melissa. Registered, says Alma Frey. Congrats. How will we know for one of the first 100 or 25? Natalie, we'll be notifying everyone. We have a list with timestamps. We don't mess around. I just purchased it, but I don't see the bonus offer. Did I miss it? Dominica, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. I probably did. I'm sorry I butchered your name. But my name never gets butchered. I got a boring name. It's just John. The bottom line is we will notify each and every one of you if you're in the first 25 or first 100. No matter what, everyone's getting the best bonus of all, which is saving money by getting started tonight. This is so timely. Thanks, John Nadya. I have to say this. Let's point something out. Nina, you're the best. I'd like to point something out. We haven't really talked about this tonight because we had a lot to cover. Would you guys agree? And I appreciate all of you that stayed on till the end. That's incredible. But with what's going on in the world today, with the coronavirus, schools are shutting down, the NBA season's on hold, all the craziness, people are scared. People are losing jobs. This is affecting the global economy. But can we also admit that this is probably the perfect time to get your social media game and your network marketing business dialed in, elevate your skills, you know, level up on all the things that you need to create the results in your business, because people are going to be looking for something. People are going to be locked in their homes in some marketplaces across the world. And ultimately, this is giving them something to do. Maybe they were skeptical before, but now they're going to be much more open-minded. So this is the perfect time for you and your team to attend a virtual event. Thank God, Tanya, this is not a live event. We would have to cancel it.
Oh my goodness, so I didn't even think of that.
Like we have our big webinar tonight, we're like, oh, this is awkward. So I just want you all to appreciate the timing of this and understand this is why what we do is so amazing. And I don't want to be, you know, insensitive. I understand that this is a serious issue. I don't take it lightly at all. However, with that being said, people still have to make money. They still have to pay their bills. And what better way to do it than a home business, especially building it online? You don't have to see anybody. I don't got to touch anybody's hands. I don't have to be around anybody coughing, sneezing. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Brett Kofi says he is in. Congrats, Brett. Yes, indeed, agree, says Kira. I want to learn how to put the right post on social media, says Wayne. Wayne, absolutely, we will cover all of that inside the boot camp. And we did cover some of that tonight as well. So make sure you go back and watch the replay from tonight. Monica, the offer will stand for how long? I'm not sure. Tanya? Danita says, I'm in. Woo!
Yeah, the details will all be on the socialmarketinglive.com page. There's a lot of details there.
Go to socialmarketinglive.com if you have any questions of the details, the time, the dates, the price points, you know, the bonuses, the bonus trainings, by the way. Tanya, you did mention this. I just like to reiterate, we have some of the freaking best trainers in all of network marketing inside of this program as well. Some of our friends, some business partners, you know, people that have mentored some of the best of the best. I mean, Bryn Lang's built a phenomenal business. You've got Julie Burke, who is a master at, teaching people how to sell online and create massive momentum. And she's great when it comes to branding. You got Amber DeLuth, who's built a 7-figure sales team. Like, she's one of the best when it comes to selling, duplicating, selling. I remember someone asked earlier tonight, they said, how many active distributors do you have producing millions a month in sales? And honestly, it's about 5,000 active distributors. That's it. That's crazy, right? You got Rachel Jackson, who's become an Instagram micro celebrity. So I just want you to understand that there are trainers inside of the back office, inside of this boot camp. Like, you got, Bob Heilig, who's a beast when it comes to building a personal brand. You got Tom, how do I pronounce his last name? I can never say it.
Challen.
Tom Challen, best prospecting strategies to create success
He's a TikTok
fast.
celebrity.
Yeah, he's crushing on the tick to the talk. So yeah, I mean, we've got some amazing top earners. And by the way, we've got some live trainings that are going to happen as well. Like Tanya mentioned, we're going to have Aaron Birch. We're going to have Kimberly Olson. How many of you love Marina Simone, right? We're going to have some incredible individuals that are also going to do live sessions in the group. I mean, there's so many people that are going to show up and provide value in addition to this 2-day boot camp. Plus, how long is the Facebook group? We're going to have a Facebook group with all the attendees. So we're going to have the training sessions in there as well, inside the Facebook group. So this is going to blow your mind. I'm telling you, I would not only get in tonight, but I would get the $100 upgrade to get the lifetime access. I said her name. The 3 of you are amazing, says Tammy. Oh, thank you. Love this. And yes, our March break starts tomorrow. And now Ontario government. Thanks for everything. I got to bounce. It says Heidi, you are fantastic, inspiring to so many people. Peace and love from Canada. I got a lot of Canadians on tonight. I need to get off. I have to be up at 4 a.m. All right, Carlene, have a good night. Tanya, anything else you wanted to mention before we wrap this bad boy up?
Not really. If you guys have any specific questions, there is a contact link on socialmarketinglive.com, but you can also just write down support@socialmarketinglive.com. That email will get to our support staff, and we'll be able to help you if you still have any questions that you think of. But I'm really excited to see our new group of boot campers this year for 2020, because this is a pretty incredible event that we put on. We definitely do over deliver, but I think it's something that our industry, our profession needs, craves, and just gets a lot of value from. So I'm happy to deliver this. Excited to work with John and Nadia, you guys again. We always make a great, fun dynamic in training that people tend to love, and at least if I get a kick out of it, I laugh half the time. It's so much fun.
Yeah, we're big believers in entertainment.
Funny equals money.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm pumped to meet everybody inside of the boot camp. We are going to have a ton of fun. We're going to provide a ton of value. Our motto is over deliver, under promise, and you guys will know once you go through the boot camp how much we really do over deliver for you guys. And I'm excited for you guys to go through that. And also too, again, I said this before, but share socialmarketinglive.com with your team. Get your team on it. Do it as a group collaborative. Like, tell them, hey, buy a ticket to this event. We're all going to this event. It's March 28th and 29th. We're going to do it virtually from our living rooms, but we're all going to engage. We're all going to hold ourselves accountable and build a little challenge within your own network marketing team. I definitely encourage you to do so, because we're going to be giving away prizes and giving away encouragement and love and champagne moments and holding people accountable and getting them to work. So if you want us to kick their butts for you and provide some leverage, get your teams there. It's a definite strategy in and in itself. But thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm pumped. I'm really excited about this year.
Yeah, just a couple more questions real quick. We'll wrap it up. Yamel says, this is beginner friendly, ? Absolutely. I don't know if you heard the part where I talked about that. Yeah, this is for beginners. And we had people last year that were 40 years in the profession said it was the best training by far they've ever been through, because it was just so structured and step by step and just content rich. So yeah, absolutely. And then one other question was, just lost it. John says, was there a special bootcamp Facebook page? Yeah, there'll be a Facebook group, not a page, but a group. So yes, that's where the trainings will take place. I recently purchased your social marketing ATM a few months ago. Will this training include parts of the program? Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely talk about ATM, Tyrone, throughout the boot camp, throughout the 2 days for sure.
Yeah, when you guys buy your ticket to the event, your email that you get will have a link to the Facebook group. So you guys can all start getting acclimated inside of the Facebook group. There's not going to be really anything in there right now, but that's
Right.
how we're going to be communicating with you guys, and that's where we're going to be streaming from. But it is a secret private group that only our ticket holders will have access to.
And Stephanie Henkel said, I was just able to get in. Woo! Excited for you,
Yeah.
Stephanie. Congrats. Let's do this.
Awesome. All right, you guys. I'm pumped and excited. Is there anything else that you guys would like to add before we call it a night and these guys can go build their businesses?
I think one thing I would like to ask you, because I know some people got on late or they missed it, when are we going to do another webinar, an encore?
Yeah, so we had a lot of people register and not everybody able to get on. Our webinar platform only holds 1,000. And we also had some time scheduling differences. We had a lot of emails come in because we did hard promotion for this training. So we decided that we're gonna do an encore webinar again live on Monday. So if anybody wants to rejoin the training or they have team that maybe they want to share the training with, we will get an email out to everybody and we will post on our Facebook that Monday's registration page will be ready to go for you guys if you want to come and rejoin us again on Monday. And we'll open it up to another 1,000 people that can come and join in on that because we definitely have the eyeballs and people that are interested. So it's great.
Woo, woo. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tanya, you're the best,
You are
seriously.
the best, Tanya.
There's no one we'd rather partner up with for such a training, for such an event. And I know everybody that's going to go to the virtual boot camp or attend it virtually is going to be blown away just like last year. And it's awesome because, you know, last year was amazing, but that was the first time we did it. This time, we veterans, we pros. So it's going to be next level and we're fired up, jacked up, and excited as usual. So we appreciate each and every one of you for getting on tonight, and be safe. We know there's a lot going on out there. Don't buy into the fear altogether, though. Let's stay positive. Let's send out prayers and positive vibes, and let's be the light in the world. And we will see a lot of you March 28th and 29th. We'll see you in the Facebook group. And again, we will do an encore on Monday for your teams. So just make sure they register ASAP once we promote that and put the link out because it will max out. And we're just excited. So thanks again, Tanya. Thanks to all of you for hanging out. Especially those of you that hung on till the very end. Y'all are committed.
Yeah.
Cool.
Be blessed, you guys. Ciao for now. It's called a wrap.